Hello, everybody. This is Yoko's Anime Reactions, and uh, just so you know, this is a patron request. If you're wondering where the heck I came up with this one, because it wasn't even on my other list of stuff I'll eventually pick up. But yeah, I got a new patron last night, and their one request was this show. Never heard of it before, so I went and looked it up, and thankfully it was on Funimation. So I saw that it was one season, 12 episodes long. I figured, why not? I should be able to record a decent amount maybe next week because I have Monday off, Tuesday off, Wednesday off, and Thursday off. Wednesday, I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything because, well, not right away because we're supposed to have the technician come by because they never showed up yesterday. Question: do any of you guys use MediaCom? And if so, whenever you have like an appointment or something and that stupid automated thing calls you to say that they're giving you your requested call, does it ever cut off for you? Or do you actually get in contact with the actual technician with that? Because every single time they called yesterday with that automated phone call system, it would cut off, like right after it said, this is your requested call. Every time. And it got to the point where the freaking third time it happened and I had to call them, I asked them to please have the technician call us directly because that automated phone system was crap. I didn't actually say that, I just said it was not working. But yeah, the technician never showed up because they got behind, and thus by the time they got to 4 o'clock, which was, I'm guessing when they would end, their shift would end, they hadn't gotten to us yet, so we're going to have to wait till Wednesday, which is, the 16th. Yeah, the 16th. I had to think for a second. Yeah. I had to think for a second. I was like, wait, that don't sound right. Anyway, I won't be able to do anything then, and Tuesday I will be hanging out with a friend. We'll be having lunch, watching anime, stuff like that. If you're wondering who is this friend I'm talking about, it's my ex assistant manager. Yeah, she quit over there, and we started having girl time, girls day out, stuff like that. And I got her into Dr. Stone and Cells at Work. As soon as we finish Dr. Stone, I'm gonna have her watch. I'm not sure. Any suggestions, you guys? She's likes The Walking Dead, for example. So something anime related be like High School of the Dead. I almost said High School. No, not High School DxD. No, I'm not having her watch that. She is she's not conservative. That High School DxD would offend her, but I think that it probably wouldn't be a good idea to have her watch because her granddaughter might be in the room, and her granddaughter's a little baby. You don't need to be seeing that. So yeah, none of the pervy ones. Well, the ones that are based on pervy things like High School DxD, How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, Seven Mortal Sins. Definitely haven't watched that one. Yeah, stuff like that are not going to be what I'm going to introduce her to. Maybe My Hero Academia, because I did ask her about superheroes. So once we finish Dr. Stone, I will have her watch My Hero Academia. Oh boy. Oh boy. Going through this show again. Oh boy. And I can't do that with Travis because he's the one who introduced me to My Hero Academia, so he's already seen it. And I don't know if I'm actually caught up more than he is at this point. Because the other day when I was with him, he hadn't seen season 5 yet. So, yeah. Anyway, enough about that. I will try and finish Chivalry of a Failed Knight, Saga of Tanya the Evil, this show. What else? Am I close to finishing? Let me look real quick. I've got my list here. Let's see. Well, actually, those are the only two I'm really close to finishing at the moment, besides And You Thought There Was Never a Girl Online, but that's 10 episodes, and I don't really feel like touching that at the moment. I don't know why. It's kind of to the point where not quite like Fushigi Yugi, because, there's a big reason why. Because there's, rape in that show, or mentions of assumed rape. And that's something I really do not like, obviously. But this show, I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe it just doesn't interest me. I don't know. Maybe the idea was interesting to me, and then after watching it, I guess I just grew distant from it. Maybe if I wait a little longer, maybe I'll be getting it back into it. I don't know. But yeah, Saga of Tiny the Evil and Chivalry of a Pale Knight and this new show I will be trying to finish over the course of the week. Well, the full week, from now till Thursday next week. I don't know if the kids will be at home. If so, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do. But we will see. We will see. I don't even think I'm going to be able to get much done today because I do have to clean up because my mom is coming home tomorrow and I promised her that I would have the kids' clothes put up and I did not even start on that. I thought for a sec something moved over there. I was like, oh crap. Anyway, this is going to be my review for, I'm more than likely pronouncing this wrong, Akashic Records of Bastard Magic Instructor? Who the heck came up with that title? I mean, that has no real, doesn't roll off the tongue, essentially. And as for why they named it that, I still have no clue, but it's based in a fantasy world where, people go to school for magic. And apparently, the previous professor had quit or something like that, or either quit, retired, or I'm assuming not fired. Because according to the girls, he was passionate about his job, so it couldn't have been firing. Unless something was going on behind the scenes, but I think he retired. And they brought in somebody as a substitute teacher for a month. Well, on the way to the school, some guy goes charging in, trying to get to the school. Obviously, it's the new teacher. And this freaks out the girls. They're actually apparently, she said that she's welcome in the family, so what, are they, like, adopted sisters or something like that? I don't know. Or does she think of her as family? I don't know. Anyway, dang it, what was her name? Lane? I don't know what the heck it is. I just looked at it and I forgot already. That's what happens when I look at weird names. I'm going to forget. If it was a common name, I might be able to remember it easier, but unique names are going to be lost on me. Unless I'm really into the show. Anyway, she uses a spell and sends him flying, and somehow he's able to survive being flung up into the air, like above the buildings, and then landing in a fountain. Twice, in fact. Because he gets up and is acting all cool, actually trying to act cool about it. And then, apparently he seems to know the other girl, the blonde girl. I don't remember what her name is off the top of my head. But the teacher's name is Glenn. I do remember that because I had to look it up. And he's like poking her and everything, and I'm like, are you a pervert? Because that seems like something a pervert would do. And obviously her friend, sister, whatever you want to call her, gets all protective of her, obviously, for obvious reasons, because like I said, that looks like something a pervert would do. And she sends him flying for the second time. And they leave, essentially. And yeah, now the professor is late. And the girls weren't late. They were probably on time. So I don't know what the guy was doing the entire time until he was essentially told to go teach by the professor who recommended him. And as I was listening to this and they were talking about the guy being recommended to be the teacher, and I'm like, this guy is either OP as all get out, very smart, or the person recommending him is in a relationship with him. The other two are ruled out because the guy is apparently okay in all schools of magic. Decent, essentially, so he's not OP. He's not apparently very smart, as all we can tell, because he hasn't mastered how to use a certain spell with one line instead of the full thing. And it's a possibility on the third one. I am not sure, though he seems scared of her. So then again, when she was coming in and she appeared and she was getting all ticked off, don't blame anybody for being scared of her. So I don't think it's really that they're in a relationship. I think she thinks of him more like maybe family. Maybe. But yeah, he comes in and meaning by this point the class is half over. And he had him do self-study, and I'm like, I figured that was just a one-time thing, because I was kind of giving him the benefit of the doubt on this one. That, the class is half over, there's no need to try and pick up a lesson, at that point in the class, because if the class is half over, you're only going to get through half of the lesson, so there's no need in really picking one up yet until the next class. Oh no. He does self-study for all his classes. And I'm like, seriously, dude? You were putting in the bare minimum of just showing up to be a professor. And I know it's only temporary for a month. At the very least, don't make the lady who recommended you look bad. Because that's essentially what's going to happen, is she's putting her reputation on the line because she recommended him. And if he doesn't do well, then it's on her, because she was the one who brought him in the first place. So, I don't know why she did that. I assume it was to make him get a job, because later on we see him talking to her, and he essentially begged her to let him continue to live with her so he doesn't have to get a real job. And I'm not quite quoting it exactly, but it's essentially what he said. He doesn't want to get a real job, he's lazy. So, another question for you guys. The way the girls' uniforms are set up, why did they have those suspender-looking things on their underwear? Why? Because I pointed it out when he barged into the women's changing room, which I still don't get why you have to change. I have to agree with him, why do you have to change for an alchemy lab? I mean, what would they change into? But yeah, why are their school uniforms like that? Seriously, are their tights falling, or their socks falling down so much that they have to have them suspended like that? Or whatever the heck it is, socks, tights, I don't really know. Yeah, because somebody explained that to me, it just looks weird to me. Like something that's unnecessary, essentially. But yeah, obviously the girls chuck him out of there. And, and Sistine, whatever the heck her name is, yeah, she gets fed up by this point. I think by the last class, she gets fed up when he does self-study again, because she is trying to essentially learn as much as she can, I guess, so she can unravel the mysteries of that floating castle in the sky thing that we saw in the window. And challenges him to a duel. And apparently, how to do that is to toss a glove or something in his face? I don't know. But apparently when she did that, everybody knew it was a duel, so I'm assuming that's what you gotta do. And he agrees to it, but if he loses, he has to actually, do his job properly. What he was going to do, we do not know, because he never specified what he would want if he won. Which he did state that, are you sure you want that? Because that could mean anything. And I have to agree, that could mean anything. It could be something lewd, it could be something demeaning, cruel, anything bad, essentially. And he tells them, during this duel, we only use Shock Bolt. And apparently it has a certain way to be able to cast it, but if you master it, essentially, you can cast it with just 3 words. And she is able to cast it in 3 words and essentially beats him quite easily, which makes me wonder why this lady recommended him. Even if she considers him family, get him a better job than this that he would actually do well at, because this is not something he would do well at. Unless she sees something that we don't. I'm assuming she sees something we don't, because yeah. But yeah, everybody is shocked because they assumed that this guy was a professor for a reason. That this guy is OP, that he would easily be able to stop them, blah, 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 the usual stuff that I actually thought as well, until we are proven otherwise. Unless, like I said, there's something we're not seeing and he's just lazy. I'm assuming he's just lazy. Or unmotivated. Either one. Anyway, thank you, Richie Gutierrez, for the recommendation. This is a patron request, and it is thanks to you that I am picking this up. So if you're watching this, thank you, because this is actually an interesting show, and I'd like to know more about this. I wonder if they'll put out a season 2. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.